guys for being here and taking time to come and support what Charlie stood for and the truths. I would like to thank the church, the Rock Calvary Chapel, that they opened their doors for us and they've been so supportive. They've gone above and beyond, like he said, providing security, which is very important right now. I also want to thank Pastor Aaron for his prayer and for his support, and my friend Emma Hoke, who made this happen. Without her, this wouldn't have been possible. All right, so let me start by introducing myself. I'm Nina Spittler. I'm Bryson's mom, and he's a chapter president. I was born in Florida. My parents moved to Peru when I was very young, so I was raised in Peru until I was 8 years old. Then we moved to Miami, and at 14, my mom, my brother, and I, we moved to Las Vegas, which is where I met my husband. We met very young, and we had our son very young, as we could guess. So despite all odds, we were able to stay together and to create this beautiful family that we have now. We also have a daughter, River, who's 7 years old. So that explains why I graduated college in 2019, and I also have a 15-year-old that is now involved in Turning Point. So my family believes in conservative values. We are very pro-life. We believe that every life is a miracle created by our Lord and Savior. If I would have listened to all the people telling me that I had options when I was 17, I wouldn't have had my son standing here with me today. We are a Christian family. We believe in our Constitution. We believe in our rights. We believe that we are strong supporters of the Second Amendment as well as the First. I believe the freedom of speech is so important, especially right now that it is under attack. We cannot be silenced. We have to be strong. We have to stand boldly. And I know that in times like this, it may be hard, but obviously it's brought a lot of people together. We believe that we are blessed enough to live in the best country in the world. Unfortunately, I also believe that our country and our youth are at risk. This is why I wanted to start a chapter for Turning Point USA, because I believe that our children are the future, and they need to be educated to think freely, form educated opinions, and educate themselves with the history of our country so that they may save our beautiful nation. I became involved with Turning Point because I love Charlie's message. I came across some videos, and back in 2018, I was in college. I went to College of Southern Nevada, and a university near me had a Turning Point chapter. So I was privileged enough to be given the opportunity to attend the Regional Western Conference for Turning Point, which was held in California. That was the first time I saw Charlie speak. Turning Point paid for my trip from Las Vegas to California to attend this trip. They paid for our lodging and our transportation. We were able to spend an entire weekend networking, meeting political figures, and listening to some of the most inspiring speakers. I had the privilege to meet Charlie Kirk, and he truly inspired me, and I believe that he truly changed my life. Charlie said that if he died, he would want to be remembered for his faith. Well, prior to this trip, I was a very young, lost soul looking for something deeper. Listening to Charlie speak about faith planted a seed for me. I started meeting people that started to guide me towards having a relationship with Jesus. In 2020, I was able to volunteer at another event through Turning Point Action, where I got to work for Charlie. During that trip, I met some people that truly inspired me and guided me to join the church. It's been a long road, but fast forward to January of this year, I decided to fully commit my life to Christ, our Lord and Savior. I truly believe that Charlie had a hand in turning me to Christ, as he did many other young adults. When I heard about what happened to Charlie, I was absolutely devastated, as I'm sure all of us were. He was an amazing servant of the Lord, a fighter for freedom, and a true American patriot. And I just cannot believe the evil that is living among us. I was very sad and angry the first few days. I couldn't understand how someone could do that. I didn't know how to handle those emotions. That's when a fire lit inside of me, And I realized that instead of sulking and living in sadness, I was going to turn it around and do something about it. I was going to focus on our youth and continue to spread Charlie's message. That's how we got here today. So before I begin introducing our ideas for the chapter, I would like to introduce a few people that are important to our chapter. First, I will have my son Bryson come up. He's prepared a few words.
My name is Bryson Spiller, and I'll be the president for this TGUSA chapter. I'm 15 years old, and I started this chapter in July at the Student Action Summit in Tampa. A little bit about me is I've been homeschooled since 5th grade, and I went back to school for 7th and 8th grade and started homeschooling again for high school. I've always been interested in history, and I was inspired by Charlie when I saw him speak at the Student Action Summit. I love sports. I played baseball and golf at Fort Shaw High School. My goal was always going to become a professional athlete. I played baseball for 11 years and golf consistently for 2 years. When I signed up for this chapter in July, I wasn't sure who would want to join. After what happened to Charlie last week, I decided the time we started I didn't expect it to be this big. When I found out what happened to Charlie, I became angry and I started posting about it a lot on social media. That's when my mom suggested that I start the chapter to continue his message. My goal when I started the chapter is to get more registered voters for the next election and to show that it's not bad to voice your opinion. I believe that if you're afraid to voice your opinion because of what college you might think you're for or against it, then you don't want to go to the college and know your friends in. I look forward to working with everyone and creating a space where we can learn. Thank you.
Thank you, Bryson. That was great. Now I would like to introduce Kristen Bissell and her daughter, Kaylin Bissell. We actually connected through Facebook this past week, and she mentioned that Kaylin was interested in starting a chapter. Since we had already signed up in July and we had the starter kit, we decided that it might be a good idea if Kaylin and Bryson joined forces. So I want to give them a shout out for all of their help this past week and let them say a few words.
It's great to see everybody here today. Thanks for coming out and supporting this brand new venture for these kids. It's great to see this in action. So a little bit about me. My husband and I are from New York, not the city, upstate. Just have to clarify. So we moved down here about 4 years ago, and we have had a tough time adjusting. And we're starting to kind of find our place in Florida, in the community, and I feel like this is going to bring us even closer to the community and getting out, meeting people, and forgetting about everything that we had to deal with in New York. So that chapter's behind us. This is a new chapter, and we're looking forward to everything that this is going to provide for us and all these kids. And here's my daughter, Caitlin.
Hi everyone, my name is Caleb and I'm 17 years old. I am a homeschooled senior. Growing up in a conservative household, I was surrounded by values that shaped my worldview and helped define who I am today. Joining Turning Point, I feel like a natural step. Felt like a natural step. I wanted to connect with people who shared those same beliefs. People who are passionate about making a difference. I also joined to honor Charlie Kirk. His example showed me something powerful. Young people who don't have to wait to lead, they can step up now.
Thank you, guys. All right, so our mission for this chapter is that we can create a community space where our children learn and network together, as well as the adults. I think that's important. We want to continue to share Charlie's message. That is the main reason why we are here. We want to encourage the youth to get involved in the community in serving and saving our country. I wanted to have this meeting to gauge an idea of who would be interested in joining us. When we signed up, we never expected it to be this big. In my mind, I thought it was going to be 9 or 10 families. We were going to have a park, and actually we didn't even know who would want to join us. And fast forward to, unfortunately, what happened, this has totally blown up, and I'm so glad to see it. It is a great way to honor Charlie. So, in our chapter, I would like for our kids to eventually become the leaders. This is a student-led program, so I would like for them to have some kids step up and learn how to take charge of the program. There's a lot of ways that they can get involved. I want them to learn to brainstorm ideas, to host speakers, host events, give back to the community. I think that's very important. And just learn to be true leaders for their future. We plan on having a meeting at least once a month, possibly more once we get established. I am completely open to ideas from anyone and everyone. This is a club where everyone will have a voice. And advice is always welcomed. I know we won't always agree on everything, and that's okay. And that's why it is important to have conversation, it is important to have a voice, and it is important to debate those ideas. It is important to have discourse. It is important to keep freedom of speech alive. We are all learning as we go, and the point is for everyone to collaborate and work together. The possibilities are endless of what we could do with this chapter. Each month, the meetings will have a theme. We could focus on teaching the Constitution. We could focus on voter registration. I know that's very important to Bryson. He is voting in the next election, so it is very important to him that he gets as many voters, and as many new voters as well. And we could also focus, like I said, giving back to the community, and we can also have social nights. You know, get the kids to get together, to bond, and to become friends. We can also, like I said, set up debates. The list goes on. We do need to write a constitution for our chapter, so I think that would be a great way to start our next meeting, is to have all the kids get together and write a constitution, come up with laws for our chapter. We do need cabinet members. As I mentioned, we have Bryson, who is the president of the club, and now we have Caitlin, who is going to be the vice president. We do need a secretary in order to establish a chapter. We need 3 cabinet members. So we have 2. We need somebody else to step up to be the secretary. We're also looking for a treasurer. We need help with social media. We need a historian. We need lots of help. So there is a place for everyone. I think we can create positions for so many people and so many students to learn. I wanted to make, usually these chapters are in schools, or like in high schools or in colleges. Ours is a little bit different because we homeschool. So I found out that since we homeschool and we are not tied to any schools, we are able to have a community chapter, which is why I invited so many people, because I think it's important to also get not just students involved, but the entire community. It is important to spread the message. It is important to continue fighting for freedom. Something I wanted to talk about that they do expect us to do at Turning Point, which is a little tricky with homeschoolers, is tabling. So what is tabling? When I was in college, we would, at the campus, we would set up a table, and kind of like what we did up here, and hand out pins, posters, stickers, whatever they send us and our kids, which is completely free, they send it to us for our chapter. And we work on recruiting more students, on spreading the message and letting everybody know what we stand for, what we believe in. So with being homeschooled, that makes it a little bit difficult, but I'm sure that we can come up with ideas on where we can set up a table. I'm thinking like maybe a fair or something like that. I'm sure that we can all brainstorm and come up with those ideas together. We are going to set up a Telegram chat. Actually, Bryson started it today. I haven't added anyone yet, but I will send out all of these details in an email. We have social media pages. Kristen was so kind to start the Facebook page, so I don't know, I think some of you have already liked the page. I'll send that out in an email as well. Today, Bryson set up the Instagram page, and we need an X page as well. So, like I said, we need help with social media. If anybody's tech savvy, please feel free to help out. There are many events that we can attend throughout the year. Wesley spoke about Student Action Summit that we attended in July. That's actually here in Tampa. So hopefully next July we will be able, I would love for all of us to go. It's very informational. We got to see a lot of great speakers. We got to see Charlie, obviously. Very glad we got to see him one last time. We got to see Minnie Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Don Jr. There were so many speakers. I can't even remember them right now. But it is a great opportunity for the kids to learn and to hear it from them rather than us teaching it to them. They get to see it, they get to hear it, and it's a very good event for them to learn a lot. We have to report to Turning Point with proof of our chapter, so that's why we need to take pictures, we need to do the sign-ins, because they want to see that our chapter is growing, they want to know what we're working on. There were a couple of things that I wanted to touch on. I know this is fast, but the date is fast approaching. There is an event in Arizona this December, called America Fest. We are able to attend. The tickets are going fast, so I wanted to bring it up right away. It is a Turning Point event, and I would love it if some of our kiddos could represent our chapter up there. The event is a family event, so parents can also attend. Student tickets are $50 and adult tickets are $150. We do have a discount code that I'm also going to send out in the email. So students 12 and up are able to stay with Turning Point for $50 for lodging. They group them in with, I believe it's like 3 or 4 other students that are the same age, so they can learn from each other and work together. This is, I think, more geared towards our high schoolers. They do have a chaperone, which will probably be our area representative, Tori Filler. So she is, like I said, our area representative. Everything that we do, we report to her. She wanted to be here today, but she's actually in Arizona for Charlie's memorial. So she will try to make it to either our next event or future events. Students do not have to stay at Turning Point to attend, but it is a nice option. Bryson will most likely be staying with them, and like I said, I do have that discount code. It's 25% off the adult ticket, which is the $150. And like I said, I will be sending all that information in your email for those who are interested. I think it would be awesome if we could have some of our kids represented there. This brings me to talk about fundraising. We are able to fundraise. We are able to, so I just actually spoke to Tori right before our meeting, and she said that we are able to make, they can't give us merchandise to sell for third parties to sell, but we can create things and sell them ourselves to fundraise, to give back to the community, to give back to Turning Point, Charlie's family. So I think that is a great option. We have a lot of freedom with that. I was talking with Kristen, and she's able to help us with creating, maybe we could do like bracelets or shirts and sell them for our chapter. There is an event coming up on October 14th, which is Charlie's birthday, to honor him, and I had somebody reach out and ask if we could sell merchandise, but I think this would be a great time for the students to get together and work together to create things that they can sell at this event to represent Turning Point and also to raise money and awareness as well of what we're doing. I have been asked about donations. We can accept donations, however, I have not accepted any yet. I have to open up a bank account, and I want to make sure I do things the right way and follow the rules. So I will take this coming week to research all of that. If anyone has any advice on this topic, please feel free to message me or come up and talk to me. Like I said, all advice and ideas are welcome. I barely know what I'm doing, so I would really appreciate all of that. As Charlie believed, we believe that the government is too big, the national debt is too large, and students are uninformed about the dangers threatening our freedoms. We also believe that our principles of freedom, free markets, and limited government can fundamentally improve the quality of life for each and every person in our country. This movement is about education and empowerment, not partisan politics. Through civic engagement, face-to-face conversations, and thought-provoking activism, we can make a difference in every community in America. I think I've covered everything I wanted to talk about. Thank you guys so much for being here and for the outpouring support that we have received. I will take this time to take some questions if anybody has questions. Yes?
What are the dates of the event in December?
In December, the dates are December 18th to the 21st. Any other questions? No? Yes?
Yes, will the students, will they be going to like high school or like colleges, sit at a table with another adult?
We would like that, but I know that they are the colleges and the high schools are very picky on who can come on campus and set up and talk to the students. So if you guys are able to help with like talking to them, that would be great. I'm open to it, but I don't know how they would feel about it. I do know that there's a lot of chapters opening up in high schools around the area as well. So they will be spreading their message through there. But yeah, I'm not too sure about that. But we can try. We can always try. Yes.
And about public speaking, do you have someone or teach them how to approach?
Yeah, that would be a great idea. We could have somebody that could teach them possibly, or whoever wants to, and yeah, we could definitely work on that. Do you have a question? Yes.
I have no kids. I'm not a parent, but I'm a technology expert, social media expert, and can people like me from the community help in some advisory role or?
Absolutely. I think that we can take the help from anyone that is interested in helping us and grow, and as long as they have the kids' interest in mind, and that we're always going to put the kids first because they are, like I said, they're our future. But absolutely, yes, I want everybody to be involved. Like I said, this is a community chapter rather than just set up to one school. So I need to tell.
I didn't know this was homeschool. I love homeschool. I've had a hard homeschooling decade.
Yes, it started as a homeschool chapter, and then with all of the feedback that we got and all of the interest, I did reach out to Tori, and she said, well, since you're not connected to any schools, I think you could do a community chapter, and so that's what we turned it into. Yes.
Where would they be, networking, the teams, would it be here, or do you have to set up?
I do not have a cell location yet. I will work on that. I will talk to some people and see where we can host meetings. There's been some people that have expressed that they are willing to give us a space. So we'll reach out to them and go from there. But yes, I don't have a set location yet, but we're working on it. So, and if anybody has any ideas, also let's be welcome. So, anything else? Yes.
I've seen online, people are trying to demonstrate on October 14th. Is there maybe something that we could plan locally or something to?
To honor Charlie? Or?
Yes, honor Charlie, yeah.
Yes. So they are having an event that actually we've been invited to speak at, and it's at Twisted Fork. So it's to honor Charlie on his birthday. It is from 12 to 3, but some of us are homeschoolers, so we could attend. Also, I was thinking that maybe we could have a meeting that day, and that would be a way to honor Charlie. Is it sorry?
What day is that?
October 14th. I don't know.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah. Yes, so I was thinking that maybe we could have a meeting that day that would be a way to honor him, or we could even, if you guys have any ideas, feel free to share, because I'm open to anything. Any other questions? No? Okay, so what time?
6:40.
6:40, okay. So if you guys want to come up and talk to us, get to know us, feel free. Otherwise, I think I've covered everything. And like I said, I'll send out an email with all of this information that I just threw at you. And if you are still interested in joining us, let me know. And if you're not, just let me know as well, and we can take you off the list, or whatever you guys decide. Yes.
Maybe we can set up like a time or a date where maybe like the kids can get together. And I know you talked about making t-shirts to sell
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yep.
I'd be more than happy to sponsor like materials for that. Maybe we can get everybody together, like all the kids and stuff. Maybe we can make some shirts together. I mean, we have equipment. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but
Yes, if anybody wants to get together before the 14th, so we can get all the stuff together and, make shirts and the things that we can sell for the chapter, that would be a great idea if you guys have a date. And I'm very flexible. We homeschool. He just has work some days, but we can work around it. So we can come up with a date. Maybe I'll send a poll and throw out like 3 dates, and you guys can, whichever date has the most votes, we'll just go with that. If that's okay with you guys. All right. I think I saw another hand. Did you? No? You good? Okay. Yes.
What are the ages for the kids to become involved?
So because we are a homeschool community chapter, it's all ages. And even my daughter will be involved. We can work on setting up, maybe we can do like specific, like days where we'll talk about specific things that are more tailored to younger ages. Of course, Turning Point is usually for high schoolers and college students, but I've welcomed everyone, so we can definitely, I don't want to leave the littles behind either, so we can work on, talking about certain topics that maybe they can understand a little bit better. Also, I wanted to mention that, I don't know if anybody knows, but online they had the Turning Point curriculum that is for free right now. So if you go online, and I don't remember the website right now, but I can send it to you guys in an email. If you go online and you type in, you can add all of the curriculum. I think I got all of it. It was worth like $274, and I put in the code education, and it was all for free. So that's a great resource to have. I was thinking that maybe you could use the Constitution kit in there to do some meetings and talk about that. Yes.
You can go to,
Turning Point Education.
Google it, it'll be the first thing that comes up.
If you Google it, it'll come up. So Turning Point Education. Thank you. Yes.
And then I'm thinking maybe we could have all the kids gather together in an area just to get acquainted with one another.
That's-
Because nobody
yes.
here
I
knows
should get a
each other.
picture.
A lot of
Yes.
I was gonna say, we should get a picture.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. We should
Yeah.
get a picture. Yes. Tyler, that was
It's
your
my
job.
dance.
I'm videoing. What? I'm videoing.
He's the photographer.
Just want to get their picture as president and vice president.
Oh, yes, sure. Yes.
My dance timer went off.
No, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, we will. And I'll take a picture of all of them as well, so I can
Fine.
show that we actually had a meeting, and it was successful. Lots of people showed up, it's awesome. All right. Anything else? Any other questions? Yes. So once, we have to have a meeting as a chapter once a month. But we can have more than once a month, like right now we're trying to have a meeting before the 14th, and then maybe get together on the 14th if everyone's available, or whoever's available. We can have multiple meetings as well, so that way those that can't make it on a certain day, maybe they'll make it on a different day. So yeah, we're very flexible, but we do have to have one meeting once a month. Any other questions? Yes.
Is a private Facebook group a possibility for all the kids to be in and involved?
Yes,
together?
that's a great idea. We can definitely put a Facebook group together. If you want to go ahead and put it together, that'd be
I'll
great.
work on it.
Yeah, okay, yes. And so we'll add everybody. I'll send that to all the emails that I got all the information, so I'll send out the email. And we'll get everybody connected. Any other questions? Yes.
So you mentioned that college age is kind of in the circle, but would we be classified as kids? Because I'm 20, so I feel like I'm kind of out of that section, but,
Well, I mean, since it's a community chapter, like I said, everybody's welcome. And I think that also it would be great for the older kids, like you guys, to mentor the smaller kids and maybe like get together with them and you guys can talk about certain topics or be great mentors to them, you know. So yes, everybody is welcome. I think everyone can learn from everyone. Yes. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm gonna throw out some dates and see who is available. I figured that Friday would be the best day to get together because I know a lot of people, we were gonna do it on Wednesday, a lot of people said that they had youth group and I totally get that. So that's why we went with Friday. But it doesn't have to be every Friday. We could switch it up. We could, 1 month it could be in the middle of the week if that works for you guys. Other days it could be on a Friday. Maybe we could even do a weekend. We can figure it out. Yes.
Are there going to be like requirements for how often our students attend?
No. So our what we need to have at every meeting is to have the president, the vice president, and our secretary and treasurer. So those are the main people that need to be at every event because they're the leaders of the chapter. But no, you do not have to attend every single meeting. You do not have to attend every single event. We are very flexible. If you can't make it, life happens, that's fine. We'll have more. So yes.
What would the duties of the secretary and treasurer be? Are they self-explanatory?
Yes, so I have printed out from the handbook. And I also sent the handbook to those that filled out the form. It is online and it has a lot of great information, so I suggest that it's a great idea to read it. So the treasurer serves as primary signatory on financial accounts, pays organization bills, develops and executes fundraising initiatives, applies for and manages activism grants and university funds, that would be for the university, and maintains financial history. So you would basically just help us keep track of like when we do the fundraiser, how much do we make, how much do we spend, what are we spending it on. We do have to keep very good track of all of that because they do ask for all of this information to be turned in. For the secretary, they obtain appropriate facilities for organization activities. Obviously, we can all help with this stuff. Sorry, my daughter had danced it. That's my alarm. So everybody can help with that, but the secretary would be mainly in charge, to turn it all in or turn it into the president so that he can turn it into Tori, who is our area representative. And also, if you guys have any other questions that I may not be able to answer, or if you want to talk to somebody above me, Tori Miller is our representative, and I will add her information in our email. She did give me her phone number. Anyone is free to reach out to her. She's great. She's very friendly. And like I said, she will be joining us at some point. This week has been a little hard, but she lives in Clearwater, I believe she said, and so she will be joining us at some point. And then secretary maintains a record of all members of the organization, notifies all members of meetings and events, prepares and maintains organization calendar. So just kind of helping keep the chapter going. Any other questions? No? Okay, awesome. So thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for the support. I cannot thank you enough. I know that Charlie is in heaven, so I look down that everybody is doing their part and that we are keeping his message alive, which is what's important. And like I said, if anybody wants to come meet us or talk to us, we'll be right here. Keep in mind that we do have volunteers and they want to go home, so let's keep it quick. But yes, so if you guys want to meet us, just coming up. And if you don't, then we'll see you next time.